Hello, good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd. It is 9:08 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. We are just less than a period before the opening. And there is something really interesting going on here, some sort of liquidation happening. Before going to the bar charts, I wanna show something that is really catching my attention here today, and I have this the weekend actually, the weekend, right? And coming from what we have last week, and is it is the shape of this profile here. No, it's not just the shape, but it's also we have we have a market opening not having acceptance above after the market making an all-time high and selling, right? Selling from kind of like around around the same area here. You can see this area here. This, what is this? Is 78, 80, something like that. You can see selling, and then having, each time it has less, less, and less, and then another attempt, and each time it has less, less, and less, and finally another attempt, right? I call this a 45-degree line. That's why I have it highlighted here. This is more relevant than anything. To me, most relevant than anything else, right? Just after that, we have the weekend, right? We have a holiday here, and the overnight trade. I'm going to use this instead of using this is my daily, but I have this here, right? Okay. How come down? Make it smaller. It's too big. All right. I think this way is better. Closing, you have the 45-degree line. We have a overnight trade. This is Sunday. Really low volume. 80, 84 is really low. Then we have a P shape. Also holiday. Monday. 30,000. Pretty much nothing. And we are having here. We're having some volume coming when this break happened here. But this is extremely elongated to the downside. It seems to me like inventory is very, very short here in the short term. Okay, that's in short term. Now, it's time to bring bar charts. One of the things that we were talking from these bar charts last week is I had a bias at the beginning of the last week, but the market moved higher just to take this all-time high that was made in the overnight. Somebody in here took, and then we are having a breakout, right? One of the things that we talk, right? One of the things that we talked past week is that this market, has a breakout. This is a trade actually. It has a breakout at this inside bar, which is the one that takes this all-time high and makes an all-time high, a better one, but it's not having. I guess that's what we commented uh, during this day, right? It's not having upside extension, and it's starting to look like a P. That was at the time, not now, right? That was at the time. That was a dangerous situation there. We have this trend line in the weekly time frame. Market just getting there, just getting there. Something can happen, and now we have the market, this go no go level, yeah, is potentially in play, or could be in play, because it is the low of this range here. It's a low of this range. Market makes a new high, takes this high out, and then the next thing can be trying to revisit it, the lower side of that range. Right? We have in the monthly, we have a range forming here, and as we open, okay, we are still trending higher, and very questionable, right? Very questionable V market here. No. The key at the time, this 62.27, which is 62.24, is the go no go level. It's still, it seems far from the levels we are right now, but 200 points can be something that really, when volatility is this low, or it was this low, was 14. We were talking about also, how the VIX was not reflecting the risk. This is something that can go really, 200 points is nothing. It can happen. It can when volatility, when liquidation happens, it can happen really fast, right? You have this inventory here that's not having upside continuation, and it can retrace to this, at least this, right? Right now, my short term reference in the lower side could be this 64.50, which is support, the breakout of this high here. The next thing would be this one here, 64.10, something like that, which is the breakout, which is from where all this trade, remember, all this trade that happened came from. Right, that's the next thing, which is where the market is at right now. We are at 6,400, something like that. Okay. Now, it seems that this knee-jerk reaction the market is having is based in news. Right? It's in the courts rejecting tariffs that Trump is imposing in all the countries around the world. Okay. Now, this is very questionable. Just for disclosure, I have a long here. I have seen this. Let's see if this is going to work. My risk, I don't have too much risk there really, but it is aiming to taking this it is aiming to take or to get some sort of correction from this 45-degree line that we have here. The base, for example, notice what is happening here. it comes exactly from Cedar, really. Right? All of this came from Cedar. All of this downside moment came from Cedar. And what we have this day is kind of like a really low volume day as well. What I'm going to do, I am not interested in having this days actually separated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these two profiles. There are actually three here. Okay, so I have this. Let's see how it looks when I start my merge from here. Merge begin, merge end. All right. And look at this, man. There's tremendous amount of inventory here, which actually was, it's kind of like it makes sense, right? It was long actually. You have settled here, you have long inventory here. You know, most of this overnight wasn't in the long side, and this is some reaction to that. I think that's the part of counteraction to that inventory. It seems to me like it's overextended to the downside now. Now in the lower side here, this is very questionable base. Alright, that's why I have these two greens here for my like some sort of base. It could be some sort of base, or it can be the market can be aiming to correct this area. Very weak base for all the things that happen up here. Now, this market has this overnight has multiple distributions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very emotional market, really. Okay. Now, as the market get close to the opening, there is a significant gap here. Now, I guess it is over 50 points. Big gaps are also usually not feel right away, are harder to feel. Because I expect one, and this market may show some wild swings. Now, from the past week as well, one of the things that I mentioned is that there can be some wild swings at the end of the week because of the options expiring, weekly, daily, and monthly, all that. But what happened is that it didn't happen. We didn't have those swings, right? One of the things that I also mentioned, and this is where I was wrong, right? And I acknowledged my mistake and corrected my assessment of the market at the time, is that I thought that past Friday, was we were going to have non-farm payrolls, and it wasn't scheduled for past Friday. It is this Friday what we have, and we have important data coming this week. We have JOLTS tomorrow. We have ADP Thursday. We have JOLTS claims as well weekly, and non-farm payrolls on Friday, along with the unemployment rate as well. Those numbers can be significant, and also we are just getting close, right? Getting close to the rollover period here. We are still not there. Right? When is this is the first Friday is of the month is this Friday, and after that we have two more. Well, the third Friday is with the rollover, with new contract, with September contract dies, right? Fades away, fades out. Um, there's going to be some rollover that's going to be happening, which is also add volatility to this environment. Let's check watch VIX. VIX is now higher. We got 19 here on VIX. A huge jump from 14. Only all that because of this break that we have here. Very dangerous situation we were last week. It is panning out now. There can be some opportunities today. I want to see what one of the keys. What it is? This is my blocks. Right? This is my blocks. One of the key things that I saw when the market opened was this. I don't know if you can see there, but when the market opened, it had this big block here, man. There's 600 contracts at once, which was really unusual. And what happened after that? Let me, there is good activity here after that. No? You got blocks after blocks after blocks after blocks after blocks, right? Throughout the whole night, which is very unusual. Usually, what happens is we may have a couple of these in the 60s or below 100, right, coming in the previous periods to the opening. But we have had those all night long, which makes this overnight trade very peculiar, very particular overnight trade. Overnight session, not overnight trade, overnight session. As I say, I got a long here, aiming to some sort of correction of this, but I want to see what happened with this market. If the market comes and takes this area here, these two areas here, and starts having downside extension, that's an out. I'm trading options here, so my risk is not that much. But I want to see what the market does relative to. Look at where the market is starting. Look where the market is selling from. It's selling from this. I'm going to go ahead and remove. I guess these areas here that are highlighted, that's are irrelevant now. These are not as much relevant. This area here between the late pullback low and the late spike base, also these are relevant to me here. But got to say, I got this day here to see it as in conjunction with this highlighted area here. Okay. All right. Couple minutes for the opening. I'm going to Take a break here and make myself a cup of coffee. I'll come back after the opening. All right, market is open. Is aiming to correct this. This is the ultimate destination for me for this movement. They may have some downside from here, but let's see what happened after this. This low is very weak right now. This one here. Let me tell you why. We have these two. And look at how long, how much I'm looking in the past, right? What it is? It is exactly this low. So this low is not good. The low is having right now. What we are having here, this market is having, exactly the same thing, same reaction that had on Friday, opening and pretty much shooting its way to the downside. Here, let's see how further this can go, man. There was no attempt whatsoever to close the gap. So now I am actually seriously thinking in my trade here. Volume is really high. Volume is really high. The movements to the downside need is having volume. There could be some serious thing coming here. Look, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about when I talk about volume. This can be some serious leakage. This is look at this. Look at what it was the past 10 days and what it is now. Almost 50% higher. So there is good volume coming here. Nothing here. This is just whites here. A lot of whites. This low here, notice this is night 2. This is a very questionable low now. Okay, it's grabbing volume in the lower side. That's something I don't like. This is pushing to the downside. It's pushing to the downside. It's having accumulation here. All this activity there's tremendous buying that's happening here right now. Let's see if this can overcome this. See the buying can overcome the market, the selling, the pressure to the downside. This 64.80, this level here. This 64.80 now is how much of the 64.80? 64.80, 3 points. those were it's not that bad really. Three points. It's and those are for Thursday, okay? Yeah, that's for Thursday. So that's not. I'm not dealing with today's option. What the heck is VEU? VEU for TS. TSMC? What the heck? Let me double check that. TSMC, yeah. What the heck is that? Oh, that's oh, okay. That's a cheap shipments to China. Taiwan Semiconductors. All right. I think that's what is moving this market low. Let's see about the market does relative to that opening there. The expectation when the market is this low, this tremendous gap here. There can be tremendous rebalancing, repositioning here. Just the first thing that can happen is all these loans that that are here in this area, they're a bit forced to cover. What happens when a long is covered, for example? When a long is forced to liquidate, when long positions are covered, there's sale, right? So there's a pressure to the downside just for closing position. But when that ends, what happens? What may happen? Okay. Friday was it has all the traits of short covering, my long liquidation, and this is just a way overextended to the downside, my friends. Way overextended. My time frame is very short time frame. My time frame is different than Jim's, for example. If you follow Jim Dalton, uh, I hope you understand. You can catch uh, display 3. You can catch. You can figure out what his time frame is. Notice how this rally that we had here is being met with selling here. It's being met with selling here. Just here this area here. That low is not good. At all. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to change this to gap close. That's my reference. This one is not a reference anymore. It can be, but I'm going to move it to here. This low has been corrected. I'm going to leave it over here as well. Sometimes market, let me see what the market does relative, but it's very close to the gap close here. Now, this thing here, let's bring back volume here again. This is volume, right? This is volume here. If it keeps going, it may end actually. This is 50. It may end up here. This thing may end up here at night at 10 a.m. right? At 10 a.m. It may end up here. It can come up here. It's a bit of a huge development here. Now, the size of this, okay, if I want to put the size of this period from Friday up here, the slope of this increase would be the same as this one, but I don't want to see that. What I want to see, better, I would like prefers an increase as well. That's how I monitor volume here. My risk actually is not that high. I am, with all these movements, man, I am underwater by 1 point basically. My total risk is 3 points, so that's not bad. Yeah, everything goes bad and I don't do anything, I will lose 3 points. So now the thing is, if a gap is going to be close, usually the buying in this case, right, in this case because the gap's to the downside, usually the buying comes right from the opening. Now that has not happened. Okay, that has not happened. That gives me, it's giving me a sign. You know, the market is giving me a sign that there is a swing here, right? There's a switch here, right? Let me bring again my bar, the bar charts. Okay, because what I see here now, we have a weekly time frame now is to the downside. You have this trend, this trend line here has been here since, I don't know, since I had this in the lower side. It's not common, it happens so often, man. Now look at the bar we have here. It's huge. This range is huge, man. It is only one period we have here, right? For the day. It's huge, it's spectacularly huge here. Way below this range, so now this is resistance. I'm going to now this trend line becomes can be relevance today. Might see something. Another thing that is very close is also the 50. So this market can get close or can be aiming towards the 50. Some buying may come here. Let's check all the indices, all of them. All them are to the downside. Okay? All them are to the downside. Below Fridays. Below Friday low. Below Friday low. Below Friday low by a significant amount. All them are in sync to the downside. Okay? All them. Let's check the bond market. Bond market is actually, there's a dissonance here. Bond markets are actually to the downside. Which means rates are going higher, huh? Rates are going higher. Crude oil remains very low. There's a lot of selling. There can be a switch here in the value of the dollar. There's a lot of selling that's coming from the 100. This is not good. Next thing we know, the market may find itself heading towards the 200 here. Gold is making new highs here. Gosh, this gold, man. I think gold can go to 5,000. Oh, really? I guess 5,000 is its price. And after, if it takes 4,000, that would be it, man. Okay. There is no good low today. None of these distributions, none of these overnight distributions have been closed. So my view is to the downside now. Mhm. My view is to the downside. This low is not good. There's a good volume around center. What is center? 92, right here. Okay. So there can be some nice movement after. Um, this is what I am seeing here. Okay. This can be to the upside or to the downside, but the key is what the market, or the key will be what the market does relative to this low. If the market goes higher, for example, and it comes back and it does not take this area, so there are some good odds that there can be some upside movement. Same principle goes to the downside. If market comes down and comes back but does not take this area, that could be something. That could mean something. Notice where this market is being sold from. No, it rallied and come exactly to the opening, and it's being sold from the opening again. You gotta be very careful here on the short side, man. I haven't closed my long, it's still there. And those ones are expiring on Thursday, so they are not for today. I want to see if I can hedge those things. Hedging, the risk is not that high, but hedging will decrease risk even lower. Now look at we're having some upside here, but look at those white. Look at the charts on the right. Those are a lot of whites. Whites, no good, man. I want to see some reds there. Whites. Now, this is what I am. My immediate reference now, right? That line that I put there, if the market can close that distribution, that lower distribution, that would mean, that can mean, I don't like this because, okay, right there, it's close. Okay. Now, if you have a short, or you were thinking to go short, that can be a good area. Okay, I don't like that high, but somewhere within this distribution here, there's not much risk. This is 11, and this is 8. So that's 4 points. Okay, if the market takes this high here, that's an out, right? For any kind of short, because the next thing the market can do, let's say if this high is taken, the market may aim to this one here, to this level. I don't even know what now. I don't pay attention to the numbers here. This is a huge short cover here that's happening, man. This is brutal here that's happening. My options now are they're not in the money yet. I'm not sure they're not in the money. They're still a little bit underwater. They are very close to the price that I got them. Let's see, man. Let's see what happens. I don't like that these are whites, man. There's no volume here. Now this high has been taken, right? Remember when I say if you want to go short, this could be a good area to measure risk. And this is an out. The market can come crashing from here, but that's an out. That's an out. So the trade didn't work. Okay, if I am not short here. I have seen this so many times, man. After days like this, The market just shoot its way to the downside, way lower. Okay, comes back, check this, maybe here a little bit more higher. All of these shorts are forced out, and then after that the market, boom, crumbles again. That's kind of like my playbook today. That's my plan. This can be brutal, man. How many points the market has moved now from the downside? That's 30 points basically. That's a killer. No, now no reds are coming here. That's not good for the upside. I don't see reds. There's a lot of whites there. Remember, I was telling you, after this movement, what the market does relative to this area here, to this 60, what is it, 92, 96, 94, something like that. Alright, guys. I am going to keep monitoring this trade. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I wish you. Look at this. Look at this. I like this. These are medium size. It seems like it can come to this area. Now, I'm going to. I have this lower, this merge profile, and I'm going to remove this merge. This high also, this high here is very questionable, man. Very questionable because it's this low here. Notice, okay? Notice where it came from. Okay, notice the ultimate destination could be settled here. But that doesn't happen in one period, right? Remember that. That doesn't happen for one period. You always have to monitor what the market does. What I don't like here is pure whites here. Pure whites, man. This is. Do you remember when I showed you this high volume here in this side when the market opened like 600 contracts at the opening over the weekend? Okay. Bigger traders can move markets in overnight because the volume is thin. Any high volume can be. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Look at what this market is now. Okay, there can be something here. Huh? Okay, there can be something here right where the market is right now. Now the next thing, right? Next thing, if the market comes, what I want to see here is if the market closes this distribution here. Closing this distribution here puts the market aim at this low here, right? Or this here. There can be some back and forth here. This trade to the downside didn't work, so this one is remember that was the risk there. If you are aiming anything to the side, the risk there was very short. Right, you have only 3-4 points there. Very easy to monitor. Right, I say I am not short. I am not intending to go short because I think the inventory is very it's way too short. It went too far, too fast, too short. Too short, too fast, too far. It's very risky, man. Very risky, really. Now, remember, I keeping in mind what what the market did, or what I say relative to this area, I am still keeping that. Okay, there is some another area that may form up here, but I don't see anything. I don't like this upside. Okay, I don't like that upside. So and also I have this trend line. The market may do something around, may trade sideways in this area. It is just there, man. Sometimes, sometimes it's just really simple, right? Just references and stuff like that. Okay, guys. Unless you have many questions, I'm going to be calling it a day. I need to take this call.